how to communicate your thoughts effectively in the moment so that you can be a good video creator, so that you can be a good streamer, so that you can, take your thoughts from your own brain and put it into the brains of your audience members well, like clearly, concisely, and do it on the spot, kind of like this, right? I'm making this video because I got this exact question on one of my last videos where I was talking about how to become a better speaker in general. And one of the things that this commenter said was, hey, this video does a really good job of talking about your experience and how your experience has led you to being a good speaker, but it doesn't really talk about how you order your thoughts in the moment. And I responded to the comment saying, I'm going to need some time to think about this because I don't actually know exactly how I do it. But I took some time. I really thought about, sort of what I've learned about storytelling and how that learning has translated into an ability to do. And so I'm going to try to convey that in this video. Probably going to be a pretty short video. So the way that I do it, and again, this can be different for everybody, right? This is just storytelling. And the reality of storytelling is that there might be pieces of it. There are processes, strategy of it that is across the board for most people, and it works the same for almost every speaker. But for me, the way I do it is kind of fourfold, right? There's 4 parts. So number one, maybe it's being a Gen Z, or maybe it's being like a chronically online type of whatever. But the first thing that's always in my mind is the hook, right? It doesn't matter if I'm speaking in front of people. It doesn't matter if I'm running a stream. Maybe it's a little bit different if I'm running a stream because people kind of like trickle in, right? It's not just like everybody shows up at one time. But what I'm thinking about are sort of these hook sentences, right? The one thing that I can say, the one line that I can say that is going to get somebody engaged. It's going to give them some idea of why I'm filming, right? What it is that they're watching, and then some idea of what they're going to get out of it, right? So the first thing I always try to come up with is the hook, and you can kind of go back through my videos and watch my videos to figure out, okay, there's like one sentence, right? And that first sentence in the video is always very thought out for me. Well thought out? I don't know if I think well, but so that's really the first thing, is like there's got to be some way that you grip people and get them into that environment. Second, I'm going to talk about the last thing that I do, right? So the fourth thing that I do. Hey, Isla, come. Got to wrangle my dogs. The last thing that I do, right, is summarize everything. So all of the points and everything that I talked about in the video, I try to do kind of like this summarizing conclusion. Now, from there, well, look, so we're going to the beginning and then we're going back to the end, or we're going to the end and then we're going back to the beginning. I don't even know. This is not effective right now. But the 2 middle spots are really my story, right? And then the main sort of lessons, like the action items, the things that somebody can actually do something with. Like, so, so I'm taking my personal experience, right? What I went through, how it is that I ultimately arrived at, maybe not the conclusion or the lessons, but how at least my mind was opened, right? But more so than anything, it's like the full story. And then after that, we give somebody the nitty gritty, like objective points. It's like, okay, so that's my story, but then what are the boiled down lessons that you can then take and apply it to your own story? So that's kind of the 4-part way that I think through whatever it is that I'm talking about. First things first, get a good hook. Second, it's my story, right? My experience. Third is the boiled down lessons from my experience and my story, to be delivered as something that somebody can actionably grip onto. And then finally, we have the summary, the entire wrap up of, everything that I talked about. So again, this is just the way that I think through things, right? It makes it easy for me to kind of operate on this spur of the moment, speaking approach by having this 4-part process that I can utilize. And at this point, like I said, it's automatic. Like I don't even really think about it. But I wanted to kind of put this video together to give that particular commenter the answer to the way that I order my thoughts and deliver them here on YouTube, on all kinds of social media platforms, and do it in a way that allows me to not have to really obsess over notes or any kind of preparedness. It's like once you kind of build this habit of thinking about whatever it is that you want to communicate to people, thinking about it through this lens of like, okay, I've got to explain my experience, and then I have to deliver it with, more objective information as to how you can actually apply it in your life. And then of course I need various other things. I need the hook at the beginning. If you're going to try to make a career or something, you got to make sure that you remind people to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that little notification bell, those kinds of things. But all of this is just skill, right? All of this comes with practice. But those are just kind of the simple pillars that I have either intentionally or unintentionally developed to allow myself to communicate clearly. And you guys can let me know how well of a job I'm doing, whether or not you think I'm actually communicating very clearly. But just a quick video to kind of talk through this. This has been another lesson in personal storytelling. So I hope you appreciated that. And yeah, hit that subscribe button, hit that little notification bell, drop a comment. If you have any questions, I'm always happy to talk through whatever it is I can help you guys with or whatever you think I can help you with. And without further ado, my friends, take it easy. Much love. Namaste. Bye-bye.